industry news to mobile technology leaks and rumors. We cover tomorrow's tech news today. eSIM Tech News.
Yeah. Woo.
I just need my space right now.
Fresh off the G5 jet, I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
All right, welcome back. eSIM Studios Podcast Livestream, episode number 233, aka eSIM Tech News. How's everybody doing today? It is a overcast, rainy day, allergy-filled day here in South Texas. So, been battling the elements out here. Got a cold front coming in and testing these out again. Got to get some more footage and need to try these Tozo headphones. Are pretty cool. They have a noise canceling feature. I almost have my video ready and I'm like, wait a second, these got noise canceling and I did not have any footage or testing it. So that's what I'm doing right now, testing the noise canceling feature. Very nice, very nice. Let me get my audio levels checked here. All right, I think we're good. I believe we're good. Can everybody hear me all right? Everybody can hear me fine? Good. Excellent. All right, so I wanted before we get into the main topic, I want to remind everybody, if you miss any part of this episode, you can catch the replay on YouTube. Simply search eSIM Studios on YouTube. That's our home base. That's where we call home, is the eSIM Studios YouTube channel. I'm live streaming across many different platforms: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, a couple different YouTube channels. So if you need all the content and if you need the full content, go to eSIM Studios YouTube channel. That's where we got it. Don't forget to subscribe so you do get notified whenever we upload a new video or we go live. You can always catch us live, and you can always take us on the go. If you need to run some errands, do some chores around the house, go to your favorite podcast application. Wherever you get your podcast, we are on all of them. Search eSIM Studios in that podcast platform, and we will pop up. Now that we got that out of the way, so I have an interesting relationship with Apple. Now, it's not a two-way street. Apple has no relationship with me. But my relationship with Apple, it's a one-way relationship, meaning I love to troll Apple. And it's not necessarily Apple, it's the fanboys of Apple. I wanted to get this out of the way before we get to our topic of the day. I don't like a lot of the practices, not necessarily the Apple fanboys. They're very, very annoying. But let me move to the company. So I think a lot of what they do, I disagree on a majority of their business decisions. But like anything, you can't, if I say, oh, I hate Apple, that's only partly true, because you have to admit not every company or every person, every single action they do or the company does is going to be bad, right? There are some good things that the company does, and I acknowledge that. I'm a realist. But for the most part, I don't like Apple. Now, I got an iPhone 16 Pro Max, so I can for the YouTube channel. If I didn't have a YouTube channel, I wouldn't be getting any Apple products. I'll just put it that way. But look, there's some good people that work there, right? I'm not saying everybody that works there is bad. It is what it is. I'm more used to Android. More familiar with the Android operating system. More comfortable with the Android operating system. Everything in our house is Android. We're Pixel users. I'm sure y'all know that by now. Samsung users. And Apple has banned me. Well, one account. I'm on an iPhone, so I found a workaround, but my main iCloud account that I've had forever is still banned. I checked it the other day, so it is what it is. But I wanted to get that out of the way just to let you know that it is a big deal that I'm actually even making this a topic on our show. And we do discuss Apple stuff, but this is a very big deal that I don't think it... This morning was getting quite a bit of discussion online, or at least on YouTube. Everybody's aware of the CPUs that they put out, right? The M1, M2, M3, M4, very, very, very powerful mobile chipsets. Apple released the M4 chipset technically probably 3 or 4 months ago in the iPad Pro. Now they're starting to put them in their desktop. Well, the desktops and laptops. So MacBook Pro, and then they're also putting it in the small PCs. So they offer desktops, they offer laptops. But y'all know I love mini PCs, and I've always known MacMini, right? That's their mini PC, the MacMini. I've always known they've had one. I just never wanted one because I don't like Apple. Apple just released their Mac Mini with the M4 chipset. What was it, yesterday or today? Today, I believe. Today you can pre-order it, and it's available for everybody to buy on Friday. Meaning you can, I'm sure they're going to be sold out, but technically on Friday, you can go into a store and purchase one. They are available for pre-order today. Best Buy, Apple, what have you. Now, it's big news because this chipset is most powerful. I hate to say that. I hesitate to say that because it might not be, but it's up there. It's pretty freaking powerful. So you can get this new Mac Mini. It's a mini PC with this new M4 chipset for $599. And if you're a student, if you have an email address ending in .edu, meaning if you're a student, a teacher, if you have a school associated email, you can get one for $499. Now, what Apple is doing is they're basically shutting down, they're basically shitting on, in a good, meaning like they're putting out the best deal, period, for mini PCs. So good, in fact, it's got me wondering, and I couldn't believe I caught myself. I was like, damn, what am I doing? They're so good, so powerful. They offer such an enormous upside, even to somebody like me that does not like Apple. I'm strongly considering getting one. There's no need for any other PC. This little Mac Mini, and we'll go through the details. The Mac Mini, I think I can I'll use my daughter's email, school email address to order one. So essentially $499, and you know what? You can actually make a .edu email and save yourself $100. It's possible. So companies that we have reviewed on here, mini PCs, brands like Minisforum. I love Minisforum. Companies like that, what is it, the Firebox? Any company, any little, from major companies, to even small janky companies you've never heard of. They're just wiping out a whole segment, because when you compare the specs, literally, and I did it today, when you compare the specs of these, it's not even comparable. I think this alone, now I know they've had the Mac Mini out, it's been available before, and I think the last one has the is it the M2? I believe the last Mac Mini they released has the M2 chipset. Well, obviously that's pretty freaking good, and I knew that was possible. I knew it was out there, but just wasn't quite enough to get me to change, to switch. We have Windows. The mini PCs nowadays run on Windows. A lot of the ones you see on Amazon and stuff. But this one is so powerful, so good. It even has me, and I caught myself earlier today thinking, wow, this is crazy. It's got to be a crazy good deal to have me thinking I should get one. Am I? I have no idea, but it's very, very tempting. So let me pull up. I'm on a new browser today, so give me. We'll look at the specs. Give me a second here. I think I should have this. Let's see. Let me pull this up here. We'll check this out. I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, available for pre-order right now. Tech specs. All right. Where am I? Let me adjust this real quick. Where am I? There we go. All right, so check this out. Here's the base. Now, you can get them. You can get this thing at different. It's very, very small. It's like It's a 5-inch by 5-inch by 3-inch, or 5-inch by 5-inch by 4-inch. Basically, it's basically this big. It's small. It's small. You know. Hang on. I got something comparable. It's small. It'll fit anywhere in a drawer. It's basically this size without this antenna right here. Here's an Android mini PC, but it's basically this size, right? Pretty freaking small. And this thing is more powerful than 99% of desktops out there. And for an unbeatable price. Now, you can get them more expensive, obviously, with better specs, but the base model is all you need, unless you're editing movies or something. And I'm not even joking. The base model has got more than enough power that you will need for anything. This thing will play games, AAA games, all your flagship games. This thing will edit. And even the base model, look, even if I got it, it's going to edit fine. The only reason why you would need probably anything higher with the M4 Pro probably is literally, I don't even know, maybe... Because the base model will do everything you need. Now, I think you can get it with more RAM, and that's fine. Now, nothing in there is upgradable. I think it's pretty... I think the RAM is the RAM soldered? I believe so. Shame on me. I never wondered that until now. So look. So we got the base model. 10-core CPU. It's got 4 performance and 6 efficiencies. 10-core GPU. This thing's got everything, right? Let's see here. ProRes RAW. Media Engine, hardware accelerated H.264 and HVAC. Those are the two main, especially if you're shooting with your phone, right? So if you're shooting content with your phone, those are the two main storage file configurations your phone will save the file as, right? You can switch it between HVAC and H.264 in your video settings. And then ProRes RAW is basically for iPhone, because Android doesn't have ProRes RAW. But that's the thing. I started thinking, damn, if I get one, how am I going to use it? Because I don't even like shooting on the iPhone. Most of my stuff's going to be shot from a Pixel or a Samsung phone. I don't know. I know Android manufacturers and Apple don't really play nicely. I don't know how that would work. How that would work with a Mac Mini and as your PC and a Android phone. If you wanted to shoot videos, if you wanted to edit videos, shoot videos, pictures and videos on your Android phone, and then edit on a Mac. I have never even used a Mac, so I have no idea. Now, this Mac Mini, this M4 Mac Mini comes base 16 gigs of RAM, unified memory. It's configurable up to 24 gigs, up to 32 gigs. They have those two options. You can get the base 16, or you can upgrade to 24 gigs with 32 gigs of RAM. Base model comes with 256 gigs of storage. It is configurable up to 2 terabytes. Wow. The Mac Mini, what is this one? The Apple M4. So the Mac Mini, that's $1,400. You can get it with up to 64 gigs of RAM, 8 terabytes of storage. Holy crap. Now, that's way overkill. And just to let you know, 16 gigs of RAM in a M chipset, like an M1, M2, M3, M4. So it's basically double that for Windows devices. So typically, if you're somebody like me that's used to using 32 gigs of RAM on my setup, on my laptop or desktop, 16 will be plenty on a Mac or in that setting. So the base 16 gigs of RAM should be plenty. It has let's see here, HDMI, 2 HDMI, 2.1. Where is that? Here we go. 2 on the front, 2 USB Type-C ports, supporting USB 3, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on the front there, as you can tell. Now, all the extra stuff is on the back. So, on the back, there are 3 USB Type-C Thunderbolt 4 ports, as well as HDMI Ethernet. Wait, hold up. It does not have 2 HDMI. It's got 1 HDMI, 3 Thunderbolt 4s, and an Ethernet port on the back. And then on the front, yeah, it's got 2 USB 3 ports on the front. Okay. Now, any of those Thunderbolt 4 on the back, you can use those as display outs. So if you had 2 monitors, you could use one as HDMI and the other one as hook that USB Type-C into the Thunderbolt 4 slot on the back. Hell, you could probably run 1, 2, 3, 4 monitors off of this if you needed to. So this thing's going to be spec'd out, right? So if you can get so much power, and let's say you do use a .edu email address to purchase this, so you get the base model, which again is better than like 99% of computers out there. Let's say you do use that .edu, so you're gonna get all this for $4.99. There's no reason to use anything else, because you're getting so much for your money. Even if you hate Apple like I do, I would be a fool not to. If I was looking to get a new PC, I would be a fool, unless it's a MacBook. I get it, right? Unless you needed a laptop, and I get that. But if you need a desktop, you would almost be a fool not to get this. Even me. I've never used Mac OS, so I would have no idea what to do, but why get anything else? Why get anything else? And I hate it. I'm having to admit that. I hate it that we've gotten to this point, but it puts pressure on these other companies to either lower your prices, because this thing blows your product out of the water with performance to price, Or B, increase the specs tremendously for what you're asking for as far as price wise. Because all you have to show them is this. Well, then I'll just go to a Mac Mini. Hang on. Sorry about that. Now, you get the point. Now, this is another reason why owning most of your hardware, manufacturing most of your hardware comes into play. So this is something similar to why Google is starting to manufacture their own CPUs and GPUs, because this is why Apple can pack such a punch into their product and charge less, because they don't have to pay a premium for that CPU, for the hardware. Now, they don't own everything. They don't manufacture every component inside the Mac Mini or most of their products. But the main components, the most expensive components, they do. That's why it's so imperative that if you can, it's very difficult. It's taken Google many years just to get to this point where they're right on the cusp. The next Pixel that they put out will be their own made, manufactured, designed CPU and GPU. They're implementing both. That's why it's so imperative, because that's how Apple can put out such a powerful little computer and charge like, it's almost half the price as a some of these Windows PCs out here that are similar, because Apple doesn't have to pay a premium for the CPU, for the GPU, for some of those parts inside there. They're basically cutting out the middleman, right? They are the supplier. They are the designer. They do own that. So that's why it's imperative for Google moving forward to do this, because they can put their Tensor chips in tablets. They can put their Tensor chips in a new Google TV stream, 4K streamer. If they want to get to that point, Google wants to get to the point where Apple is at, not necessarily battle as far as in the mini PC world. I'm just talking in general products that you showcase. It's important to have your own CPU, your own GPU that you make, that you manufacture, because not only do you save money, not only do you have more say-so in the control over it, you can lower the cost. Now, of course, they're going to make a killing on these, but I'm saying if Apple did not own the CPU, they would this would probably be $899, something like that. So they're literally shaving $300 like right off the top. So I don't know if I'm gonna get one of these. Pretty freaking close. Never used Mac OS, never used a MacBook, so I don't even know what operating system they're on, but you would be a fool not to consider now, because unless you hate Apple more than I do, which I'm sure there are people out there, but not sure how the Android file sharing would be. I'm sure it's just like an iPhone. Look, I'm sure there's obstacles, but being an Android user, Windows user, and then bringing a Mac OS into the system, into my world, but there's workarounds, right? There's workarounds. But they are going to kill the game on this. Don't get it twisted. They are killing the mini PC world with this one right now. boy, oh boy, it's insane. Now, let me see, is there anything else going on here? Okay, check this out. I got 2 pieces of news here, and then we'll probably get out. Okay. Let me share this page. So check this out. This watch apparently is at a record low price. If you want one of these watches, Samsung Galaxy Watch 7, when this stream is over, I'll put the link. I don't know. Is this a Amazon link? Let me see. Yeah, it looks like it's on sale at Amazon. I'll put that link in the... Yeah. I'll put the link in the video description when this is done. And then also, for those of y'all that like AI creation, you might want to check this out. So I looked into this yesterday, and it was not officially available. Apparently it is right now. So Google Vids. If you like light video creation, nothing too hard, Google Vids is Google's AI powered video creator app is now available. What? For businesses. So it's not available to the open. It says Google Vids, an AI video powered creation tool, is now rolling out to workspace users. Well, there you go. Hopefully they will bring it to all users. I'm sure they want to roll it out slowly so they don't overload the system. I guess that's about it. Look, there's not much going on. So apparently, I'm interested in seeing the next generation of Z Flip and Z Fold, because apparently they've essentially got rid of the crease. They did put a brand new hinge in the Z Fold 6 Special Edition, the one that was only released in China, the one that was only released, where was it, South Korea. Apparently, there's a few people getting their hands on them. There's not much on YouTube as far as reviews, but like this article says right here, there's basically no crease. So it's gotten smaller and smaller, you know, as time has gone on since the very first one they put out, 6-7 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. And it looks like they finally did it. So brand new hinge. It's a big milestone, because I know a number of people that didn't want to get one of these just because of that crease. And now I'm sure they will put the same hinge that's in this Fold 7 Special Edition. I'm sure they will put this new hinge in the Galaxy Z Flip 8 and Z Fold 8 moving forward. So that's really cool. Says the crease seems to be less noticeable than on the OnePlus Open, and the OnePlus Open is basically no crease. Let's check this out real quick. Yikes. Jesus, that was loud. Put it in the light. There you go. It's still there. Okay. So you did see a very, 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 he got it in the light right about there. Right. So there is you can see right here, there is a small, so it's not gone. So I beg your pardon. It is not gone. It's just gotten smaller. Apple is apparently the only company that has a zero crease hinge or zero crease hinge technology that they're going to put on the iPhone flip for the iPhone 18 series. But look, it'll steadily get smaller and smaller, and hopefully at some point in the future we'll have a no crease Samsung foldable. Anyways, I got to get out of here. Appreciate the time. Just wanted to bring this to everybody's attention. Be on the lookout. Mac Mini M4 is going to destroy, in a good way for Apple, destroy the mini PC game, because with the amount of specs that they're giving at that price, you almost have to be a fool not to get one, or at the very least consider not getting one. It's that good. And remember the little trick: if you order it with a .edu email address, it can be anything at .edu. It just has to be .edu. You get $100 off. Now that's at the Apple website. Does a little trick, a little hack. So do what you got to do. If you're looking to get one, you can save $100. Go get a .edu email address. You can Google it. It's easy. I think I'm gonna use my daughter's. Anyways. Save $100. You can get all that for what, $4.99. It's incredible. So Apple put the mini PC world on notice today officially, and everything else just doesn't seem good enough. That's what it comes down to. So appreciate it, guys. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for stopping by. I have to run. My eyes are killing me. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.